A warm welcome to all my dear 5th standard children. Today we are going to see about your second part of your 12th lesson. Your 12th lesson is about the earth, the sun and the moon. So, in the first part you learned about the earth, right? You learned also the internal structure of the earth, the layers of the earth, crust, mantle, core, right? Yes. So, today in this class we are going to learn more about sun and the moon, right. So, first we will see about the sun. So, we all know that sun is a star, it is a huge ball of fire, right. So, it is at the center of the solar system. So, we all know that the sun is present at the center of the solar system, right. So, and it is a huge ball of fire, right, and you can see here the thin layer of air that surrounded on this sun, right. So, the outer layer of the sun, so the thin layer of air that surrounds the sun, which is known as corona. The name of the layer of the air that is present around the sun is known as corona, right. So, this layer you can see, right, some orangish layer, right. So, this part is known as corona, right, and the diameter of the sun. So, if you take the diameter of the sun is about 13,92,000 kilometers, right. So, the diameter of the sun is about 13,92,000 kilometer, and if you see the size of the sun is about 100 times bigger than the earth. So, it is about 109 times bigger than the earth. So, the thin layer of air that is known as corona, the diameter means the distance from here to here. So, this is known as diameter. The diameter of the sun is about 13,92,000 kilometers, and the size of the sun is about 100 times bigger than the earth, right. So, the distance between the sun and the earth. So, what is the distance? So, distance is about 15 million kilometers, right. So, the distance between the sun and the earth is about 15 million kilometers, and we all know that sun is a huge ball of fire and it emits high amount of heat and light, and this is sun is actually a star, right. So, the nearest star to the earth is called sun. So, sun is the star that is nearest to the earth, right. Now, let us see what is happening inside the sun, right. So, the sun center part, so this is the center part, right. So, the center part of the sun is known as core, right. So, the center part of the sun is known as core. Core is the hottest part of the sun, right. And now, let us see what is happening inside the sun. So, inside the sun there are gases that are burning out, right. So, the hydrogen gas is burnt out into helium. So, we have more amount of gases which is known as hydrogen and helium. So, sun is made up of hydrogen gas and helium gas. So, this hydrogen gas is burnt out into helium. So, thereby it emits high amount of heat and light. So, that is why we can get more amount of high intensity of heat and light we get from the sun. It is because the hydrogen gas is burnt into helium gas. So, this is what is happening inside the sun. And now let us see the temperature of the sun. So, the surface of the sun has nearly temperature of 6000 degrees Celsius. So, the temperature of the sun on the surface, it is 6000 degrees Celsius, but it in the center of the sun. So, the center of the sun has degrees 15 billion degrees Celsius. Okay. So, at the surface there is a temperature is about 6000 degrees Celsius, and at the center the temperature of the sun is about 15 billion degrees Celsius, right. So, today you have learnt more about sun, right. So, sun is a huge ball of fire, and we know that sun is a star that is nearest to the earth, and sun is at the center of the solar system, and extrally you learned the thin layer of air around the sun is known as corona, right, and the diameter of the sun is 13,92,000 kilometers, and the size of the sun is about 100 times bigger than the earth, and the distance between the sun and the earth is about 15 million kilometers. And we know that the sun is made up of many gases, because gases are burning out, right. So, what gases is made up of? Hydrogen and helium. So, the hydrogen gas is burnt out into helium, thereby giving out more amount of heat and light. And the temperature of the sun is about 6000 degrees Celsius at the outer part, but in the center of the sun the the temperature of the sun is about 15 billion degree Celsius, right. So, today in this class you have learnt more about sun, right. Okay. Yes children, today in this session you learnt more about sun, right, and also the temperature, the diameter and the distance, everything in detail about the sun you have learned, right. So, hope I will meet you with the next class about the moon, right. So, go through the lesson and take the materials and do the self assessment. So, copy the materials first in your biology note, science note, and then you read from the science note. So, once you are thorough with the lesson, take the self assessment and do the self assessment. So, once you do the self assessment, you will come to know whether you have understood about the chapter. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day.